All right. I don't think you look like the Crypt Creeper. I think you look great. Hey, everyone. What's up?
Hi.
This is
Um,
free
I'm
show.
loving this. I've got two little lips. I've got this Lady Gaga House Labs one.
Wait, she
And
has
then
her own brand of, she's got her line. I did not know
mhm,
that.
yeah, I like this one. I like a lip that kind of does this thing because you can line and fill in. So I've got that one, and then I have this one. But this one, I need I need to be a little bit more awake for that one. She is very like with I look pasty without makeup. Like
I don't think you look pasty. I think you look
woo,
lovely, but
you're
you're,
so kind.
I think you look lovely and glowy. This is my lip, my trusty. I don't actually know what look. You know how old I am when I have to go like this to look at
Well,
stuff. Welcome back, by the way, everybody.
I can tell that that brand is NARS. I can tell that much.
But ask me where I got it though, because I don't spend a lot of money on makeup. Ask me where I got it.
Not Sephora.
Ross Dress for Less for $8.
Get
This
it.
is how I purchase makeup. I'm like, what's the cheap stuff? This is how I purchase everything. I'm like, what? Give me the cheap thing at Ross Dress for Less or Marshalls or TJ Maxx. And if I can find the cheap thing, I will do the cheap thing. And if I can't find the cheap thing, I will unfortunately go to Sephora, which is MAGA aligned, I
Mm,
believe.
mm. Yeah, I think so.
Fuck.
Well,
Welcome. Wait, we got, first of all, Lauren, hi. We have to tell
hi.
everybody that it is Monday and it's our first America You Got This on a
On a,
Monday.
on a Monday, we're gonna start the week off with a little bit of recap and get ready. I almost sent you a GIF this morning.
Hmm.
Uh,
A
from
gift or a gift? A
a
gift or a
GIF,
gift?
a GIF,
I
a
want a
GIF,
gift.
a GIF. I know
Okay, fine. Gift.
I should send
Send
I
me
actually
gifts.
have like a section of gifts of birthday gifts and things that I need to mail to people. I will buy the gift, I will wrap the gift, and then it will sit there and I will never mail it. And it takes me months. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, your birthday was in July. Your gift is in November.
Oh, I just pretend that I completely forgot. My friend had a destination 50th birthday, and I forgot to send in my tribute for the book they were putting together for her. And
Oh,
yes, and I forgot to do that, even though it was on my to-do list. And then I also forgot to wish her a happy birthday because I got so distracted by the destination date that suddenly it was her birthday. It came and went. And I'm really sorry, Megan. Happy birthday. If you are watching
happy
this,
birthday, Megan.
I have ADHD and I'm doing my best and there's a lot going on. And I was moving that weekend and I feel terrible. And how do you guys in the chat, how do you guys handle remembering birthdays and getting those birthday gifts out? Let us
I
know.
used I used to be so good about it, and I have people's birthdays in my calendar, but then I have like two different calendars, and I used to be good about it when I would go check Facebook and Facebook would tell me whose birthday it was, and then I would remember. And I'm not even good at responding to happy birthday messages from people who have sent me a happy birthday. If it's not somebody that I regularly text with, it's something that gets lost, and I'm the worst. I am the worst. I so follow me for more tips.
I was
I'm
just
really
saying,
great
well,
about it.
I have them in the Google Calendar and I still forget because the calendar alert will come up and I'll go, oh, yeah, I'm going to call or text or do whatever that person. And then I'll get distracted by something else because Google Calendar is in my phone, which is the land of distractions. But you know who's not going to have another birthday ever again?
Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham's not going to have any more birthdays.
Sure isn't. I would love to talk about um I think there's a debate happening right now
Yes.
within
There
the
is.
left and probably also the right, um of how we are responding to Lindsey Graham's death.
Mhm.
And is there a little celebrating happening? Is there like we shouldn't be joyful at someone's death, but also so
I mean, is there a right or wrong way to handle the death of a public figure who
mhm,
also was a very, very private man?
mhm, very, very private.
Very private. Very,
Mhm.
very private. Don't know if you guys saw this little tidbit that was floating around the internet. This is allegedly, because I don't know. This is a supposed sex worker who may or may not have had Lindsey Graham as a client. And why would we pull up this as one of the first things to talk about when we talk about Lindsey Graham? For me, it's because this man was behind a lot of legislation that was anti-LGBTQ. And as we know, right-wing politicians tend to be, there's the jokes about Grindr crashing during the RNC, which I don't know that that's actually proven. I think that's just a joke. But we all know there are a lot of people who've repressed who they are and then lash out with legislation against people who are comfortable being who they are. And it just seems like Lindsey Graham might have been one of those people.
Sure does. It sure does. And I think the ladybugs are everywhere too, which is just another little nod. Do you know about the ladybugs?
I don't know. I love ladybugs, but I don't know about the ladybugs. Tell me.
It's a nickname for him.
Okay.
So he's Lady G.
It's a cute little
And then
nickname.
yeah, apparently he has a lot of like moles on his back.
Ew.
And so
Ew.
they
No,
I
no.
know.
What we will not do is
they're
conjure
not
up images
I
of his
know.
back right now.
But like this is so if you see ladybugs floating around in any of the memes or any of the emojis, that's why.
Do not ruin ladybugs for me, Lauren. I freaking love ladybugs. I don't have time to pull up all of the many pictures of me holding ladybugs. I love beetles in general, and you've ruined ladybugs for me now. Thanks.
But actually, I think so. So one of our friends on the internet, Mandy, Potty Mouth Pollyanna, she posted that she was manifesting a trip to go see her daughter, and she just kept thinking about like she wants to go on this trip, and so that was where her energy was focused. And so while she's on this trip to see her daughter, Lindsey Graham dies, but her daughter's nickname is Ladybug. So she's like, I also think I might have manifested this.
She cannot take credit for it. We've all been manifesting. Hey, now, it takes a village. I'm not going to tap dance or celebrate anyone's death. I am, however, going to call people out for how they live their lives, especially when they live their lives in a way that is harmful to entire communities of people, potentially a community that he was a part of, allegedly. I don't see why there is this kind of piling on of people for speaking ill of this man. I really don't, because he is a public figure and he has hurt so many people with his policies. And if we don't hold people accountable, I think into their grave, and I talked about this a lot online, I think it gives people who are alive right now the permission to continue to behave badly, because they're like, they know they're going to be remembered nicely, because we're a polite dinner party sort of society that's going to be like, oh, but we can't speak ill of him. He's dead. Fuck yeah, I can speak ill of all of the behaviors that harmed people. Period.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think when we start don't speak ill of the dead, and we only look at their good and their positive moments, it's doing a disservice to all of the people who have been harmed in that pathway, especially as an elected official, who we're not talking about just a random celebrity. We're talking about someone who enacted policies and voted for and against things that caused a significant amount of harm, distress, and even cost people their lives. I just think that the idea of only speaking positively about someone like this who has caused this kind of harm, it does a disservice to us all. And it almost It's almost like, all right, this one might get me a little canceled. But
I love it. You're like on a weekly let me get canceled trip. I love this.
let's see what happens today. And this is only my first cup of coffee. So, but I wonder, um, with Christianity, the idea that if you just accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you've accepted him, you you go to church, you're doing the things, you will go to heaven. And it doesn't matter what sort of unspeakable things you actually did in life. You have accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and he
Absolve you.
died for your sins. Hmm? So it almost is like, if we give permission for people to do horrible, awful things, and like, but it's okay, you like, you get to go to the place where you want to go anyway. Like, you get to, and I mean, belief in heaven, hell, that's a whole other conversation. But like, for that particular mindset, there's something very Christianity adjacent to this. This idea of speaking so reverently of horrible people, harmful, awful people who might have been somebody's uncle, who might have been somebody's brother, somebody who maybe told funny stories around a table. Oftentimes, really horrible people are nice when you meet them in person. They are nice to their family. But
Well, and I want to say nice because they want to be liked in person. So they can spew vitriol online knowing that they're not going to have any interaction with those people. But when they're around people, perhaps in the halls of Congress, because we're hearing this all over the place, right? All these Democratic Congress people who are like speaking so fondly of the time that they spent with Lindsey Graham and et cetera. And I'm going, okay, well, yeah, if they're kind to you because it's kind of like when you're on a date, like, and they say you should pay attention to not just how the person treats you, but how they treat the waiter. Well,
yes.
in this case, the public, the voters, the people were the waiter, and the other Congress folks they're the ones. And so it's frustrating to me that there have been so many poetic, even, if you will, tributes to Lindsey Graham, as if somehow all of the wonderful times that they spent together are absolve him of his sins. To take it back to your point about this, somehow if we accept Lord as our Savior, we can just be assholes to the waiter and to the public. Did I hit all those points?
I think you did. Yeah. I just don't understand. I mean, I understand the thought process, but I think we are operating from a different kind of framework now. I mean, when this is an extreme example, but when people like Hitler died, was there a group who said, well, now don't celebrate that death? Like, I think he was a man, he was a husband. Like, let's not, like, what did that happen? Or was there just a consensus that there was wide sweeping harm and destruction that was caused by this person? Because even Hitler's, not that Lindsey Graham is the equivalent to Hitler, but just using him as an example. But Hitler's descendants actually, they had a death pact. Do you know about this?
I did not know this.
Yeah. So it was like all of his uh nieces and nephews, I think. It was some path of his descendants, I believe nieces and nephews. They all agreed never to get married and never have children, because if they had children, then they would continue passing down Hitler's
Whatever
DNA.
that. Oh,
And they knew that, just like, I think some of them even changed their name so that they weren't recognizable, but they just shut it down, like, no. So they all lived their lives and died without children by intention. It was on purpose, because they did not want. So if even family members can recognize extreme harm that is being caused, I would put Lindsey Graham, if we're comparing him to people in Nazi Germany, I would say that he would have been somebody that would have needed to be on a Nuremberg trial kind of situation. I mean,
complicity for
there's
sure.
yeah, he does not get to, there is nothing about his behavior that allows him to wash his hands of responsibility for the harm that he caused.
And so how do you eulogize someone who is a public figure and stay on the right side of humanity? Josh just told us we have a clip of Zoran Mamdani's response to Cheney's death, which is a good response. So I don't remember this response, so I'd love to see it. So let's play that.
Just earlier this morning.
Wait, that was it?
I was like, oh, so the best response is to go, oh, when was that? That was it. And I'm sure there was more to the clip than that, but I would love if that were the actual response. Oh, they're dead? Oh, okay.
Cool.
And then moving on.
Cool.
Well, if we have it, we'll play it at the end of the show. But to sort of, do we have anything else we want to say about? I don't feel like you said anything cancelable about Christianity. So I didn't know if you wanted to go
even further. Well, I mean, I certainly can. I have a lot of opinions. There's just, to me, it's just a form of control. And also because it's control by saying, these are the people who are closest to God, and they get to dictate the rules of society and propriety. And so it's a way of getting people to fall in line and to say, well, if you don't accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, then you will not get to go to heaven. You will be in hell. I personally do not believe in that sort of a concept of heaven and hell. I believe in something like far weirder than that, and I'm a former evangelical kid. So
I don't think I knew that. I am a former Camp Long Point in upstate New York, where I, at 9 years old, was invited to give myself to Jesus. Yes. And so I didn't know what kind of camp this was. I don't know that my parents did either. It was the Salvation Army affiliated camp for poor kids, which I was. And so the camp was like a whole week for only $10. So my parents sent me to this camp. And the last day of camp, we had church and we were invited to give ourselves to Jesus. And I was like, I guess this is what we're doing. Are we giving ourselves? And I did.
So there was a catch.
There was a catch. Exactly. This camp came with a catch. And I think I am absolved of all sins because I did give myself to Jesus. And I was also in Catholic school at the time. And the nuns beat me so much and so often that I think I automatically qualify for a seat in heaven, no matter what I say about Lindsey Graham after his death. So
I like that thought process. Yeah, I love it.
If nuns beat you, you get to go to heaven.
Yeah.
That's just
doesn't even matter where your belief system is. I was telling my kids, because they were asking me questions about it, and I don't dictate to them what they need to believe. I expose my children to all of the different world's religions, and then I talk about, okay, we're on a floating rock, right? Like spinning through space. And if you look at the pictures of our galaxy and how small we are within our galaxy, and then how many galaxies there are in the universe, and how, just imagine a percentage of the people on this spinning rock, floating through space. There's only a portion of them who have it completely figured out. And they are the ones that understand all of it.
Everything.
And everybody else is a sinner.
Heathens.
Or
We're heathens.
And I was like, I can't get on board with that. And I think that nobody actually knows definitively, if you are walking on earth right now, you might have had a near-death experience and maybe you have some other sort of framework from that. But like, no one walking around right now truly actually knows. And if you say you know, you're full of shit, I think. You can have your own
She's getting
personal
canceled.
belief and theory.
Getting canceled.
I know. You can have your own theory. You can have your own, like, this is what I believe, but you to assume that it is gospel and that this is what everyone should believe is wildly presumptuous. And I also think that all of the world's religions are all ultimately talking about the same thing. They've just manifested it differently. And when you talk about the Bible or the Quran, ultimately they were written by humans, right? Like even though they're saying that the messaging came to them from God, the Bible was written by a room full of men who decided.
I was going to say, when you
what
say
went
humans, I was like,
Yeah.
humans, men's,
Literally
focus
men.
on the men's.
Emphasis on the men. They sat at a table and they decided what went in and what didn't, and they changed some of the words from the original text. Like it was modified over years, and they intentionally removed women's voices from, like, I believe there was a gospel of Mary Magdalene, I think. I need to go back into I did not freshen up for this, but this is how I started.
You do not have your Bible with you?
I don't have it handy. I do, however, in fact, have I have several books on anti-fascism. I have Antichrist Education and the Modern School. I've got that on my desk.
I like that this started as a makeup tutorial episode and is now a deep dive into religion episode, using Lindsey Graham's death as a way to discuss who has the right to say what and how, and based on behavior and where somebody's going to end up after their deeds in life. And brought
to you by ADHD.
Basically. But it's interesting to me that we landed here, because ultimately we're talking about a morality and a religion that is legislating life for the rest of us, right? And so you have Lindsey Graham, who is, supposedly a good Christian, but writing legislation that is controlling our right to privacy, our right to autonomy of our bodies, our right to really flourish on this planet or in the ever after. And so what is the role of these elected officials / almost, I want to say, religious leaders in a way, who have sort of infiltrated our government? If you follow me, I talk a lot about the Council on National Policy, Opus Dei. These are all organizations that are either evangelical aligned or in Opus Dei, heavily Catholic, and they are legislating our lives based on their morality, not on what's actually what the people want. And so it's a conversation that is good to have, though I miss the makeup tutorial part.
I know.
I want to go back to talking about because it's only Monday. So the new format of the show is we want to get people ready for the week, as opposed to necessarily wrapping up the week
process.
But
so much
happened.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you texted me or was it yesterday morning, and you were like, I guess we know what we're talking about on Monday.
And it was, we were supposed to be grounding ourselves, setting ourselves, getting ready for the week. But now so much shit happens so often that you rarely have time to get your bearings. So for a second, Lauren, can we pretend that Lindsey Graham didn't die over the weekend and that Mitch McConnell didn't post an insane very AI looking photo from
So
his
AI.
hospital bed.
I love the response of everybody inserting themselves into the picture just to show how ridiculous it is. Well, one of my favorite things somebody sent me was a thread that said, it's like we just got a free appetizer because our entree was taking too long.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
But they come in threes.
They do come in threes.
I am of the belief that Mitch is not in this world with us. He's no longer on this mortal coil, at least in a way that brain activity exists.
Mhm.
Wait, reading the news about Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell. I want the big one. Yeah.
We're going to
That
get
too.
to that. We're going to get to that. But yeah, this is the thing about Mitch McConnell. If he were really having these 20-minute long conversations, the best they could do for proof of life is a still photo of him holding a newspaper. This meme was great. It's got a whole video. He's dancing. But you're telling me he was having conversations, but for proof of life, it's a hostage style photo with a newspaper?
The newspaper.
Wait, what? Like, how stupid do you think we all are?
No, it's bananas. It's absolutely ridiculous. Well, I just wonder, I mean, is the timing going to be so specific that they wait until after the date where they can, because right now, like, so if Mitch McConnell is hypothetically
Actually dead. Yeah.
actually dead or just not functional, right now, Andy Beshear would have the ability to just
Democrat Andy Beshear. To be clear, everyone, Democrat Andy Beshear.
He could put somebody into Mitch McConnell's seat. And there wouldn't be a primary, there wouldn't be a whole situation about it. It would just be, oh, we're replacing this person with this person. However, after August 4th, that changes. Is it August 4th or August 3rd? August 3rd?
I think it's August 3rd. I want to say 3rd. 3rd.
After August 3rd, that changes. And then we have to go through the whole process. So, and it's more likely, but like also the people who rushed to replace Ruth Bader Ginsburg but then they act like, oh, no. We can't do any sort of replacements for like, this is the time. There's just wasn't there a specific thing that happened within the Supreme Court where they wouldn't let Obama put a nominee through?
Yeah, so in an election year, so close to an election, etc. And so, but again, this all goes to like the balance of power. They're trying to protect what they hold in the Senate. And could you imagine if I saw one tweet or a thread or something like, what if for every day they don't produce Mitch McConnell, another Republican senator dies? I was like, that is funny. But death coming in threes. And it's Mercury in retrograde. Like, we haven't had a chance to talk about Mercury in retrograde. This isn't a political show, guys. It's a lifestyle show. We want to remind you. It just happens to be that we're two lifestyle. I'm about to say lifestyle girlies, and I hate myself already for it before I even said it. I'm like, we're two lifestyle girlies. No, we're trying to trick the freaking algorithm into actually showing content that matters, because I swear to freaking God, I do not feel like being a fitness influencer, even though I spend most of my time in the gym. Like,
I would love to be influenced by you for fitness, because my fitness is I had a donut yesterday and
you can have a donut.
And I canceled my Pure Barre class this morning. And I didn't sleep, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should drink water. I'm normally much better, but right now it's not good. And I feel it. And I know it's because I'm working too much, and actually also my PTSD is very activated right now and has been activated for about the last month. I'm having to employ my strategies much more much more consistently than I usually do.
Can
So
you
that's
talk
kind of
about
a
that
piece.
for people? Because
Yeah.
I feel like that resonates with a lot of people who are
Yeah.
triggered right now. And I have my
Mhm.
strategies and they are long and take about 2 to 3 hours a day. I would love to know what your strategies are. I'm sure the
It dep
people would love to know.
Yeah, it depends on my first strategy is just really listening to my body and trying to lock in on where I'm feeling the discomfort the most. Usually where it shows up for me is in my chest.
Mm.
I will get this like racing heart. I take a beta blocker every day. Actually, did I take my beta blocker today? I don't know if I did.
Uh-oh.
I
Everybody
thought
pause.
about it.
Let's run a clip so Lauren
I
can take it.
know.
I don't
Let's
know. Is
see
it
if
that like, is it you have to take it at a specific time
No,
or
I
like
just
how does
like
that
to
work out?
take it in the morning just so that I
Okay.
remember to take it. So it's an 80 milligram extended release propranolol. And so it regulates my heart, even though my blood pressure is totally normal. It regulates it. So I am less likely to have a panic attack during the day. Panic attacks for me come as racing heart. In a way, it feels like something's about to jump out of my chest, like the Kool-Aid man is gonna just pop right through. Then if it's really, really bad, I go into full body tremors and shakes.
Oh God.
And sometimes I can be completely unaware of what the trigger is that has sent my body into that state. And I'm not thinking about anything particularly triggery. I'm not, um, but like there has been something that's happened, something that, and it could just be I've been startled and maybe like I was already really hypervigilant to begin with. So anyway, that's what it looks like for me. So for me to pay really close attention to my body and recognize before I get to the shaking part, then I know, okay, oh, migraines are also a thing. I know that I need to stop everything I'm doing if I feel my heart racing. The easiest thing to do is I find things that I can see, feel, hear, smell, and I look around the room and I try to actually like sit with my feet planted firmly on the ground. Even better if I can get outside. That's why in my stories, I'm posting so many videos of my feet walking through grass or walking around in my creek because I'm lucky enough to have a creek in my backyard.
That's
We
so
have a
fun.
creek.
Or a crick, as I
Yeah.
used to call him as a kid.
I had somebody on the phone the other day. I was talking about work and they were like, "Are you in the bathtub?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm walking around in a creek."
I did a call from the infrared sauna on camera. And afterwards I was like, that's probably not a normal person thing to do. But at the time, the infrared sauna and cold plunges were a key part of my coping strategy. And I was
Ooh.
not going to shift that. And that was the only time that everybody was available. And I was like, I guess I'm just going to be in the sauna for this call. And because I'm done with doing like respectable things the way we're supposed to. Why we have a rapist in the White House? Like, why do I
Yep.
have to? I'm in a sports bar right now, and I put a shirt over it because I want
Same. Actually, let's just,
let's
I'm
just
just
be.
we're just gonna, yeah, also sports bra.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, why did I go grab a crumpled up shirt?
Uh-huh. Because we
Because I
were
was
like
like,
professional.
yeah,
No, sports bra. But
fuck
I am also
professional. Yeah.
in bike shorts. Like
Also, same. You can't see them.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
We
I
should
think
do this show as a walk and talk fitness show instead, or at least our our Wednesday. Oh, so just so you know, format wise, guys, on Monday, we're going to talk about what to look for in the week, like last day to public comment on the changes they want to make to funding for science. That's today. And so you should go and make a public comment. In the US right now, it is still very early. So you have plenty of time to make a public comment there. And so that's what we're supposed to be doing, is getting you ready for the week so you don't spin out of control. It's just that we had a crazy weekend of stuff that we had to cover. But then we're also going to touch base with you sometime during the week, because maybe something crazy happened, or maybe we're going to be doing a walk and talk in nature and you can walk with us. Maybe it'll be a group walk in nature. I'm just throwing ideas out.
I love this so much. I'll go to the creek, you go on a walk, and we can all just, especially if things are really crazy. But then I think
wait. Speaking of walking, this was supposed to be, I was teeing you up. This was a transition.
Speaking of walking. Speaking of walking, also, I have my tarot cards we're going to have to come back to at some point. I've just been shuffling them here since we were talking about spirituality and all. Just for fun, for entertainment purposes only. Let's talk about walking. I like it. Yes. I'm about to go on a long walk with some friends of mine. It has just been announced today, 1,000 miles to Memphis. It kicks off in Nashville on July 25th. And then it is going to go from Nashville walking to Atlanta, and then walking to Birmingham, and then walking to Jackson, and then scooching over into Arkansas, and then crossing the Mississippi and landing in Memphis on August 27th. So there are a lot of different and amazing organizations behind this event, from an organizational standpoint, sponsorship standpoint, and also people who are just coming to be a part of it. So I am really honored that my new nonprofit is one of the organizing partners. So we're focused on coordinating the event locations in several of the cities, because we're going to have town halls and panel discussions with candidates, and also just really going into communities and understanding who's doing the work on the ground, who is serving their community, and what are different ways that we can help support those efforts. The goal of 1,000 miles to Memphis is to register 100,000 people to vote, to educate 250,000 people about voting rights. And a lot of this is in response to the Calais decision. And it is also going to be a fundraising initiative for those same efforts for voting rights. So I'm really excited. I feel like this is about to be something I think that our kids will have in history books at some, or grandkids maybe. It feels
if
really
there's
significant.
if there's still books allowed.
Minor detail, that part. Yeah.
But this is why we fight. This is why we walk.
Exactly. So maybe several of our lives will be that we are in different locations, talking about where I am, who are we seeing, what is happening. I mean, I've looked into, when you walk 30 miles a day, toenails are going to fall off. Like, I just ordered another pair of shoes last night. I don't plan on walking all 1,000 miles. I will be honest. I'm
so sorry. You can't say toenails will fall off and then keep talking. Like, you have to pause, let that sink in. Maybe we need to talk about it a little bit to see if there is a way to walk in. And I mean, if you're wearing sandals, do your toenails fall off too? Or
I think it's like marathon runners will have toenails that fall off. And this is basically walking a marathon every day for 36 days. I mean,
Can you bike part of it? I mean, like, I'm just trying to figure out how people can be involved without having, because we don't have the kind of healthcare in our country for people's toenails to be falling off on a march. I'm sorry. Like, that's something you do when you've got universal healthcare, which you might be able to get at the end of the march if voting rights are restored and we can actually get a proper Congress together.
Such a great point. Such a great point. But no, people can come and go as it makes sense to them. There will be people walking the entire way. It's those folks who am worried about their toes. But
this is weird foot content now all of a sudden. But, I'm worried about their toes too. We should have like a separate toe fund or something to protect the voting rights and the toes.
And Epsom salts, like we're going to need Epsom salts and hydration. So there will be medics that are following. There's an RV as a cooling station. And so it won't be that you have to come and walk and you've committed to this thing and you have to do it. People will come and go. I'm going to do a lot of walking, but then I'm also going to leave and make sure that my kids get back to school because back to school, of course, is happening in that window. So
how long is the march expected to take from when
about
to when?
36 days,
Okay.
July 25th to August 27th.
Okay.
And there are about 16 event stops on that calendar. So we'll be stopping periodically, but there will be some places where we just walk and get there and sleep and then get up and do it again. And we're going to start really early in the morning, and then take a break in the middle of the day, when it's the hottest. Yeah. And that break, wherever we are, that will engage with the communities where we happen to be landing. So I think we're being intentional about the health aspect of it, but also if you look back at the civil rights movement, the walk to Selma they didn't just show up in Selma like a No Kings, like it was a walk, and they did it.
Was that just a low key No Kings diss?
We love No Kings, and also it could be harder. We could be doing things a little like the original civil rights movement. They were showing up in church clothes, and so at least like we're gonna have. I was talking to Amanda from Amanda's Mild Takes, who is one of the organizers on this, and we were having a meeting, and she said something about how at least we're going to be in athleisure, like we're going to be in sports bras and bike shorts, which is this sports bra I got is actually a pack of multiples that I'm going to be wearing for the walk. So
I love it.
I think people need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Especially white folks need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
That means then you should have to march between 10 and 2 when the sun is high. Feel it. Feel the pain.
Feel it. And just get roasted. Just absolutely.
No, wear sunscreen. You can even have a parasol if you want.
I was just going to say parasol.
I actually long wanted to market a line of parasols because I have a bit about the sun. I'm not worried about racism anymore because I feel like the sun's going to take white people out. And then I was like, oh, I could also sell a line of parasols. Like those should come back. It's too hot. It's too hot even for me.
And little fans, like the accordion fans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
But you're going to have you can't hold both a parasol and have a fan at the same time.
Right.
So we're going to work it out. There should be merch for that. There is merch, I'm assuming. How can people help? Can they donate? How can people get involved?
Yes, they can definitely donate. So that website that we just had rolling on the Chiron, and there was this is the website. So you can donate. You can definitely get involved if the march is coming through one of your cities or towns and you want us to know about your organization, you want to host a conversation, a town hall. There are all sorts of different ways that you can get involved. through the website 1,000miles to Memphis.com. And then all of them, like .org, it'll go back to this website too.
Somebody
So
just
there,
said in the comments that you should reach out to Walk for Peace Monks for advice on logistics and safety for a walk. Yeah, what are are there safety? Because people will be crazy out there in their trucks and things. I've heard, stuff around
yes.
that. Thank you for that comment.
Yeah.
Are there safety aspects that are being organized as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of safety aspects. So the teams that are involved with this, Just Win Humanity, is an organization run by Qasim Rashid. And maybe many people might be familiar with his work as a human rights attorney, but he runs an organization that is spearheading this. So Just Win Humanity, and also Y'all Vote, which is that's where Amanda Nelson from Amanda Smile Takes comes in. So we're engaging the Y'all Vote community. There's a lot of emphasis on the South because this is where this march is taking place. And then my organization, the Good Work Collective, we are launching this week as well. This is our first major project, and the Good Work Collective, our focus is to engage community-led initiatives in civic engagement moments like this, and to focus on the work that so many people are doing on the ground with their neighbors in their communities, and support those grassroots initiatives and build a collective. So this is our first really exciting project to be a part of. The Good Work Collective is born from the work that I was doing with mutual aid in Minneapolis, and I have an incredible group of women who are building this with me. One of them is a friend I met in Minneapolis through her mutual aid hub. She is an Afro-Indigenous apothecary owner, a writer, published author, and also has background working in nonprofits. And so
You had
it's
me
just,
at apothecary. I'm like,
I know.
okay, Afro-Indigenous apothecary owner. Like, yes, say that 10 times fast. Love to hear it.
The first time I met her, she was like, if you just move the bear grease, it's the
Man or the bear grease every time.
yes.
I pick the bear grease.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there are some really, really incredible humans. Bree Woodson from The Controversial Blonde is also part of our team. And then Kelly Ferris, Kelly Kixies. And that's kind of our core team. And then Stephanie Jacques is part of this project. And then a friend named Slade Wright. And then I don't think I said her name, our friend from Minneapolis, Marika Moss. And so we have this really incredible team for the good work in of itself, and then for the good work to then be part of this even larger amazing team. Oh yeah, this
Go
is our
give them a
Instagram.
follow. Let me do the pitch for you. This is, guys, she just started. She's only got 4 followers. This is for good work. It's good work. There's so much bad work out in the world that Lauren needs you to go right now to the Good Work Collective and give them a follow so that you can follow the work that she is doing, get more information on the march when she starts posting about that. And anything else? Did I miss anything?
I'm launching my website this morning. There's one little bug I need to tweak, but it's thegoodworkcollective.org to learn more about what we do and how we're evolving the vision. I think one of the things that I say to my kids that they hate is see a need, meet a need. And usually I use that in context of they left something out and it should be cleaned up. So see that need and meet that need. Does the garbage need to be taken out? See the need, meet the need. So similar kind
and yes, I was going to say, and yes, the garbage that's in Congress needs to be taken out. I see the peril. This is great. See the need.
So the good work, our focus is not to go into different communities and tell them what they need. we listen first and we talk about how we can help support them. What are the things that we have access to? What are our resources that we can help to uplift their work and make their work more sustainable and help them to grow so that they can impact more people. So I'm really excited to be on this journey and to see where things are going. And I'm gonna get some steps in. So,
yes, you are. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully your toes will still be with your feet by the time that you are done. I'm concerned about the toe thing. Has got me, like, because my toes are very small. So like, if I don't do this walk, if I don't fly back to the US to do this walk, it's gonna be because of my toes. Like, I just don't know if I can subject them to what you've described.
I know, but maybe it'll be fine. I'm just gonna I need Bombas socks. I'm thinking, I don't know.
They should sponsor. If all these corporations are giving money to right-wing causes and to Trump's little ballroom and his art and all of those different things, these companies should also be giving money to things like the walk.
Yes.
Yeah, so
exactly.
Bombas, are you out there?
I know. Like literally anybody, like Lululemon, Beyond Yoga. Anybody?
Isn't Lulu? Aren't they owned by like a bad people?
Yeah, probably. I usually do Beyond Yoga is my brand that I like. Don't tell me bad things about them. I hope that they're not bad.
I think ultimately we're gonna have to start sewing our own clothes. Like that's we're gonna have to weave our own fabric. We're gonna have to grow our own fibers.
You're sounding like a trad wife.
I am a trad wife at heart. Like I make my own freaking yogurt. You know what I mean? Like I can make yogurt from scratch. Like that's why when we talked about this in one of our first episodes, like I understand the language they're speaking, but I also get vaccines. Like, yes, I do breath work to try to heal my knee, but I also do rehab. Like, yes, I'm in tune with my body, but I also got an MRI to know what the hell was going on in there. So it's like, I understand the trad wives, the allure of that whole live off the land and be and blah, blah, blah. But one, I don't think it should be the basis of our legislation because that shit is privileged as fuck and it's time consuming and expensive to try to live a trad wife life. So
I'm really glad that you said breath work because that's something that I do I do breath work as part of my PTSD strategies. Breath work. I love a sound bath.
I love a sound bath. I left my bowls are in the other room. Otherwise, I'd bring that out again. You love a sound bath.
I love a sound bath. But I think listening to our bodies is so important. But I also just for fun. I just was shuffling a deck. My friend Ashanti got me this deck, and so the card that jumped out is Wild Woman.
Ooh.
I would like to see what Wild Woman says. So as I look that up, and this is just for fun. I don't make life decisions based on tarot cards.
Oh, I do.
Some people do. I mean, I feel like I need to disclaimer that. Just because that was recently suggested to me that I'm not using critical thinking skills. I'm in fact
you can
deferring to
you can use both critical like why is this like this idea like it's mutually exclusive? Like you can use tarot cards, you can use meditation, you can use science, you can use it all. All of these tools are at our disposal, and part of the way they control us, you, them, people is by trying to limit the tools that we have. Like,
yes, exactly.
Fuck that. Okay.
Right. Okay. So this is the second time that she's popped up for me in the last week. The Wild Woman, the essence. When the Wild Woman dances in your reading, she reminds you of the essence of authenticity and freedom, divested of all social constraints and cultural conformity. The Wild Woman holds up a mirror to your essential self, the true essence of who you are and who you're meant to become. She is a reminder of the bright light within each of us that gets dimmed by the restrictions imposed upon us by the expectations of society. She reminds us that in order to fully be present with life, we must uncover the light and let it shine brightly, regardless of the perceived consequences. And to that, I say, hell yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound wild to me. That sounds like woman as she is and as she is meant to be. So
Yes,
with that, y'all, I think
I like it.
This has been our show for today. America, you got this.
We got this.
We got this. We got this. You're marching. We got
Our
this.
toenails might not got this, but
Right. Like, you know what?
Well,
Have a backup. Have a backup set of toenails, I guess, if you're
Yeah.
gonna do the march.
and come join us on the march. There's a map on the website, and there will be tracking to show where it's taking place, similar to the monks, so that people can come join us and walk with us and be a part of history and create change, because this is just one of many ways that we can use our voices and our free will.
100%. I was just looking in the chat and I was glad that somebody said the more tools you have, the better decisions you can make. It includes critical thinking skills. Whoever said that lacks critical thinking. Exactly. Exactly. TL Davos, you have a great day too. You have a great week, everybody. Until we
Absolutely.
see you. I like starting off our week like this.
I
This
do
is way
too.
better than doing a Friday show.
And let's hit a Wednesday evening Substack live, maybe.
Yeah, let's just try. I like when you said that, like the ADHD in me was like, oh my God, not like a specific actual day and time. Okay, but we can do it. We can do it. Yeah,
but just like I'd like, hey, what you doing? Should we do it? Let's go live. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Cool. Yeah. All right.
All right.
We'll see you guys then. All right.